to the Big Match Minute. I'm Diet Coke.
I am Lilith.
And this is the podcast where we take wrestling matches that we find
Wacky.
interesting or wacky, and we break them down minute by minute. We are currently covering the Firefly Funhouse match from Wrestling Mania 36.
Yes.
And we're on minute 13, my favorite number.
Ooh, that lucky number, or unlucky if you're. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Some people say it's unlucky. Some people say it's lucky.
I haven't encountered anyone other than myself who say it's lucky. I mostly encounter people saying it's unlucky. I was just born. Me and my sister were both born on the 13th. Different months, different years also, but we were both born on the 13th.
Isn't there like a whole clothing brand? It's like Lucky 13.
I've never heard of that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Diet Coke.
Yes.
My artificially sweetened friend.
That's correct. That's what it means when I'm high. Artificially sweetened.
High level. What'd you think of this minute?
I thought this was a good minute. It's a little more sparse, perhaps, than previous minutes because the first half is just kind of like a music video, essentially.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of good detail in it.
That's true.
And I've got a proposition for you.
Okay,
What if we dig into that detail together?
let's do it.
So we're back in the Doctor of Thugonomics like video package, and let's just talk about the first frame of this minute. Do you have it open?
I can have it open.
John Cena is looking at the Word Life knuckle dusters like they are two guns that he has just accidentally used to kill his family.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking at it like it's a Guns Akimbo situation where he has been.
Yeah. That movie made by that dog shit human.
That terrible person. But almost immediately, he embraces it.
Yes.
In a moment that comes at minute 2, or second 2 rather, in this minute, I don't think there's a single second in this entire match where John Cena looks as old as he does in the second of this minute.
Is it where it's like got the like very high contrast like filter over it? Because I have a frame in front of me right now that is truly garish.
Yeah. Well, there's that one. It's the same shot as that one.
Yeah,
that one really it's high contrast, but it's also like they've done like the almost like heat vision view.
Yeah. I just dropped a picture of it in our little Discord chat just to make sure that we're looking at the same thing.
Yep, we are looking at the exact same image right now.
Yeah. It's so bad. I've been thinking about a thing. This is just a little side note. I've been thinking about a thing that whenever we tweet out episodes, I'm gonna make little GIFs from the minute. That's with fun. Like minute 13 to help us promote the show.
Yeah.
So that might be. You go to Twitter.
I wonder where you got that idea, huh?
Big Match. I actually got that from Wrestling is Gross. Deathmatch Wrestling Pod.
I'm just saying we do a similar thing on the
you do the YouTube clips. The YouTube clips are completely different from GIFs.
No, we do images as well for with each one. We do images from the minute.
Oh, okay. Well, Wrestling is Gross does GIFs. So
didn't even steal from a friend.
I did steal from a friend. I stole from a different friend.
Yeah.
I have other friends, unlike some people.
Wow, I've got plenty of friends. I could name 5 off the top of my head.
And that's what is it? Andrew, Sam, Andrew, Robbie, Danny.
I could name 5 friends that you don't know off the top of my head.
And it's like
What?
It's Schmandrew.
No.
And
No. I have friends.
Robbie.
I don't like this character assassination that suggests I don't have friends. I'm actually very popular, thank you.
So John Cena's face looks very old.
It's true.
Yeah.
Even without the high contrast, like just that shot, he looks very old.
Yeah.
When
and
you're
upset,
when you're a cisgender male,
yes,
and you're over 40,
mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be wearing a backwards baseball hat. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I think John Cena did try to leave this behind in like his 30s.
That's true.
Maybe not. I don't even think his 30s.
This is part of the humiliation that Bray Wyatt is doling out to him right now.
Exactly.
He definitely also brought the Doctor of Thugonomics back before this, though.
Well, yeah, at WrestleMania to humiliate Elias.
Yes.
But it was just as bizarre then.
Yeah. I would argue more bizarre because he did it to himself.
Yeah, he did it to himself just for fun. There was no context that made it make any sense. After we see this old man face in a backwards cap, what do we cut to? Ramblin' Rabbit on the ones and twos.
Right. That's right.
I guess not really on the ones and twos. He's on a little keyboard.
Yeah.
He's got the shutter shades on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ramblin' Rabbit so much.
Ramblin' Rabbit rules. Big ups to Ramblin' Rabbit here.
Shout out to Ramblin' Rabbit.
Yeah.
Ramblin' Rabbit, if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you. That might be an easier get.
Open invitation to Ramblin' Rabbit.
Oh yeah. And then we get like, he's doing like his, punching with the word life.
He's also doing a weird thing with his mouth.
Uh-huh.
When we cut back to him after Rambling Rabbit. I don't know if this was something he did back in the day. I don't recall. That was a little it was in between my time. It was after I stopped watching as a kid, but before I started watching as an adult.
Uh-huh.
It's very straight. He's really like highlighting his two front teeth in a strange way.
It's how much wood could John Cena chuck? John Cena could chuck. Okay, whatever.
I will kick your ass.
So we cut from John Cena exposing his teeth to again, just some excellent Bray Wyatt face acting. And he's also shoulder acting.
He's dancing, but in a way that is like he's walking the line so perfectly where it is at the same moment 100% sincere dancing and also 100% mocking John Cena.
It's the shoulder movement is sincere. The face is mocking.
Yes.
And it's such an incredible those are some uprights to get your body movement through. And oh my god, he pulls it off.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt doing the most here.
I really, this is I think, it's a showcase match of I think the acting talents of both gentlemen. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
And then we go back to John Cena, and I think he once again has a look on his face like he's afraid of what his own body is doing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say that's accurate.
Mm-hmm. Which John Cena is doing a lot of.
Yeah,
in this match,
he's doing sort of generic. Well, for a second, he's doing sort of generic hip hop dancing. He brushes that dirt off his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just sort of grimacing and adjusting his outfit and occasionally like doing a shoulder shake.
And yes. And then we get a little bit of he's kind of grimacing and adjusting his stuff, and then Huskus the pig comes on and he's dancing.
Huskus and Abby the Witch.
Yeah, well, Abby's not dancing.
That's true.
She's here.
She's there.
Yeah.
She's just making her presence known.
Huskus's dancing is really, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
That is 'cause it's bad puppet dancing, and I love bad puppet dancing.
Yeah.
Where like both of his legs seem to be kind of moving in synchronicity, like kind of
Yeah, this is
yeah.
not like the big moment in the Great Muppet Caper when they were like showing off, being like, "Look, at Kermit can dance." This
Mhm.
is, this is a Muppet in the background of the Muppet Show dancing, to put it in context.
There you go.
Yeah,
For all you Muppet heads out there.
yeah,
Henson heads, I feel like would maybe be the better. Uh,
sure.
and we're getting a lot of like good kaleidoscopic and like these like halftone kind of graphics
Yeah,
at the edge of the screen.
yeah. That's like they're kind of bleeding into the middle, and it's like a polka dot pattern,
Mm-hmm.
but with
Yeah, yeah.
like cool bleed on the colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got Bray Wyatt like bobbing his head to the track.
Yeah.
His eyes look very shiny, almost like he's about to cry.
I did not pick up on that, but now that I see it again, you're not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that does kind of hold true to like the rest of the minute, and then we get more Huskus.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
taste the huskus.
uh-huh. Taste of Huskus. With a flash of a like a Wheaties box that says "Word Life."
It's a great stupid prop. I think it also was just part of his like package, because just prior to
Yeah.
that we're seeing some archive footage of Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Cena, where it's Hip Hop Hero also
Yeah.
on the cereal box.
Mm-hmm. WWE's hip hop hero.
Yeah.
And then John Cena kind of makes this kind of, he puts both of his hands on either side of his head, and he's very much doing like a
Well, it's sort of like he's adjusting his hat, but if you look
Mhm.
closely, he's hover handsing himself. He's doing
Mhm.
a hover hands on himself,
Mhm.
which is interesting.
And then he makes his way to the ring,
Yeah. Yeah.
grimacing. And Bray Wyatt he's already there. He's offering his microphone to
Mhm.
to John as John comes in.
Yeah.
Which John doesn't need. He's
Yeah.
already got a microphone in hand. What does he say?
A healthy sheen of sweat on Bray Wyatt as well.
Oh, of course.
I think
Always.
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 John Cena, I forget the exact words that are the first thing he says. You're the
Now
one who took
I'm
transcripts.
the doctor of thugonomics.
Yes.
I just switched like that in mid-fight.
Yeah.
The audience would be excited. They just went from 6 to midnight. Now,
That's a boner joke right there.
that is John Cena has just told us that the return of the Doctor of Thugonomics should have us go
We should
fully
be
erect.
rock hard.
Yes. Yes. And now that's interesting. That's an interesting theory, Mr. Cena.
Do you think? Do you think? Let me ask you this, Lily.
Mhm.
Do you think cis straight men are just loose with their metaphors, or do you think they're just like horny and erect a lot of the time?
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Because I feel like that's a pretty common thing. I feel like The Rock has claimed to give an entire
Yeah.
audience an erection before.
Uh-huh.
That definitely is like a weird, like macho bravado way to say that the audience is very excited. Especially strange in a form of entertainment that is largely for children.
Largely for children. The adult fans are largely men, and historically have not been particularly kind to homosexuals.
Well, yeah, certainly WWE fans at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
there's the thriving gay community within the wrestling fandom in general, but
of course. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
in general, and
I just gotta get that on the record so that we don't get canceled. Cancel culture is out of control. This is a joke. This is satire. This is not actually something I believe. I said the words, and they felt bad coming out of my mouth. That's so bad. I can't. That's one bit that I can't commit to, and I am sorry, everybody.
Well, I get your little joke. I can only talk in rhyme, right?
Yeah. That's
fine.
That Mr.
I
Cena
still
said.
shine. You ain't taking away my limelight.
Not so. He will. I don't to spoil or anything, but he will call this a rap in a second. It's more slam poetry, I would say.
Yeah, he's not hitting any kind of.
He don't really have a flow.
Yeah, no. And to that point, we do get some crickets in here.
Yeah. Although the Bray Wyatt was kind enough to have the puppets laugh at the 6 to midnight line.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah. Bray Wyatt through this whole thing, like he seems to be like looking off camera the way that you would like if Bray Wyatt was like in a family home video and like his small nephew was doing a rap at him.
Yeah, that is Bray Wyatt's face.
Like, oh, isn't he precious?
Yeah.
This is terrible, but boy is he adorable.
Yeah.
Now if all I got is rapping, I use it to my advantage. Because unlike Husky Harris, it's a weight that I can manage. Which
that is the last line of the minute.
Yes.
It's also a line that I would like to talk about.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, though. It sounded like you were about to say something.
Oh, well, I just wanted to mention that, hey, it's a shitty fat shaming line, but at least the audience went, "Aw."
Yeah.
We're acknowledging that.
It's true.
Now, what do you have to say about it?
I just want to talk about the sort of interesting way I think Bray Wyatt is most effective at this, but that WWE in general seems to be moving towards this, which is like the narrative within kayfabe at this point can only be that like WWE is a production house where real people are also asked. Where real people are asked to do characters that aren't necessarily representative of themselves, like Husky Harris, and that also is sort of gripped by supernatural problems, like a demon entity known as the Fiend taking over, and where people do rip each other's eyes out occasionally. And I don't necessarily want to praise WWE because I think they're like evil.
Yes.
They're an evil company and they're doing evil things, especially right now. But I will say creatively, I think this is a really exciting direction where they're kind of willing to mix in some of the more obviously unrealistic elements that they had shied away for a long time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're sort of embracing reality and pointing at and having. I mean, I guess this started years ago, but it's nice to see them mixed together
and whatnot.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
It is. These are two great tastes that I think do taste great together.
I think you're right,
and I like that. I mean, it's a shitty fat shamey joke, but I which I don't love, but I like that they are. I like that you had to play a shitty fat character once is something that you can make fun of to Bray Wyatt in character.
And I also think that yes, it's a shitty fat shaming joke, but like it's not not only is the figurative audience immediately going, I think, John Cena is looking like a fool right now. Yes. And like Bray, I don't think that and this is not to say that the WWE wouldn't make that exact same joke with a straight face, with no, but in this moment, that is the narrative is not co-signing that joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I think it's also, I mean, the narrative here is that John Cena is like, John Cena thinks he's doing something hard hitting and really getting to Bray Wyatt by like making a fat joke about Husky Harris, but Bray Wyatt is, he's playing 4D chess over here. He's on another level where he's like, yeah, like I don't fucking care. Like Husky Harris was a character that someone made me do a long time ago, and it's weird that you are making fun of that fictional character as if that is something that I have an attachment to.
Well, and but at the same time, there is like, the one of the things that I love about the Fiend, one of the things I love about the Firefly Funhouse like turn in Bray Wyatt's character, is that it brought in something that I think has been missing from a large portion of WWE storylines for a very long time, and I think I actually think that there have been over the past year or so, a little bit more of this. I haven't been watching it for other reasons, but there's a lot more long-term storytelling, a lot more like acknowledging the past. The Firefly Funhouse character, I mean, it is all past.
True.
Huskus the pig is Husky Harris.
Abby
the Witch is this sort of reincarnation of Sister Abigail. The establishment of the Firefly Funhouse character was or of this Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse character was him taking a chainsaw to an old standee of cult leader Bray Wyatt. And of course, now Extreme Rules is this Sunday as of recording. Bray Wyatt is going back to the swamp with his old running buddy, Braun Strowman.
His old running buddy, huh?
Well, okay. Cult victim.
I've never heard that term. Is all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's and I think part of the reason why I gravitated to this match so much is because I love long-term storytelling in wrestling.
Yeah.
I think at its best, wrestling kind of works in a very similar way that like comic books work. You got a bunch of different stories kind of ping-ponging off each other. You got a lot of character history that is just being constantly mined for new stories.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely, Lily.
Now, do you have anything else to say about this minute?
No.
If I were in a comic book story and let's say that I was hanging out with Aquaman and there was some kind of I don't know, like a barge in the middle of the sea that was letting out toxic waste to all of my fishy friends. Because there was like a valve or something that was left wide open. I might need something to stop that up, to stop all that toxic waste from getting to my fishy friends. Do you, Diet Coke, have any plugs?
Yeah, I do some other podcasts. One is called Go Go Godzilla, where I talk about Godzilla with Vic Perfecto and Justin Keyson. That's on the Benview Network. Also on the Benview Network is the official Dunstan Checks In podcast, which is where I do essentially the same thing that I do here, but for the 1996 ape film Dunstan Checks In. We also talk about other movies. We try to talk more about other movies because Dunstan Checks In is not a good experience for anybody.
Yeah. It's a bad film.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at VeryCoolEmily. If you want to check me out on Twitch, where I stream sometimes, a lot of the time with this friggin' bitch over here. You can go to dietcoke.cool or twitch.tv/dietcoke666.
If you want to find me on the internet, twitter.com/deathcarpets. That's pretty much where I hang out all the time. Not all the time. I've got other stuff to do. But if I'm hanging out on the internet, that's where I'm at. Yeah. And then you can find my podcast at ghostpuncher.net/corps. It's a heavy metal role-playing podcast. It's cool as shit.
It's a great
Somebody
show.
Who's really cool and good at editing edits it.
I don't know. I heard she's like a fucking idiot bitch.
Well, she's also those things. So, Diet Coke.
Mhm.
If I were, once again, I'm Aquaman.
You are Aquaman. Before you were just hanging out with Aquaman.
Okay. Well, me and Aquaman are hosting a podcast.
Okay.
And it's this podcast, actually. Because
Okay.
you've died in this comic book. And
that sucks.
despite my reservations, the people are clamoring fans. They need more big match.
Yeah, so you said, hey, Arthur, what can we do here?
Yeah.
You look kind of like Roman Reigns.
Yeah. And so me and him were recording this podcast, and we wanted to wrap things up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I would wanna make sure that the people at home were somewhat comforted by like the rhythm between despite the fact it's not gonna be as comfortable between me and Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Diet Coke. How is there some kind of way that I could signal to the people at home that the show's over that me and Aquaman could do?
I mean, probably, but I not that I thought of.